This is the Normal Nerds Podcast where two very normal dudes talk about very nerdy stuff and whatever else we feel like talking about. I'm your host, Maxwell Ceruzio.
And I'm your host who never thought he'd actually enjoy watching someone play a survival Pokemon gun game, Davis Bates.
This episode, we're talking about Palworld. So sit back, relax, and welcome to the Normal Nerd Podcast. All right, Davis.
Yo!
Talking Palworld.
Hell yeah, you have been grinding on it.
So last week, if you're a good follower of the podcast, which thank you if you are.
Yes. Tell your friends. Also YouTube.
We reviewed the trailer for Palworld. Then, I had 3 days off of work.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to play a video game. So I was like, we talked about Palworld on the podcast. It's on Game Pass. I'll get it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It is so good. First of all, calling it Pokemon with guns was a marketing strategy. That's all it was.
Yes.
It really is. It's barely a Pokemon game in any sense of the word. It's more of a survival game like Ark Survival, which I hear is terrible. People love it.
Yeah, I watch people play that. I watch my friends play that, and it's like one of those survival, to the point at the top of the podcast, I've never really enjoyed watching someone play a survival kind of game. Like I watched some friends play Ark, and I was like, this looks like I'd have more fun playing it. It also looks super hard. So for Palworld, I've sat down and watched you play for like an hour. It's like, damn, this is good. But before we get into that, no shit, he had those 3 days off, and I think he left the couch for about four of those hours in that entire time that he
That's
was
not true.
doing that. Because
I worked out. I drove. Got coffee in the morning. I cooked.
4 hours.
Okay. You have sat and played video games for longer than that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not shaming you. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, it wasn't Tears of the Kingdom bad.
That's facts.
Nothing will ever be Tears of the Kingdom.
That was facts. I was playing that on lunch breaks. That was nuts.
Well, I mean, I took that when I took the day off of work. I'm pretty sure I woke up like for the day Tears of the Kingdom. I'm pretty sure I woke up the usual time I would get up for work.
Yes,
like 8:30.
You did, yes,
and I played it till like 7.
Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
But
anyways.
yeah, no, it's if you haven't played it and you're interested or about it, or you have played it and you're gonna watch me gush all about it. Usually, unless it was like Zelda, I'm not a big gamer, not as much as you. And like I'd say our lifetime, because like to me, like I know it's like a new age and kind of thing, and people stream, and now you're a gamer if you play like shooting online games, because that's like very, very popular. So now that like can put you in the category, but like
did that not make you a gamer before?
No, I don't really think so in my mind. Like, yeah, maybe you played like.
I see it more. My idea of gamer is like more of the consistency of how much you're playing.
It is, yeah. Like, I think it's consistent.
Not Candy Crush or anything like that, but like
no.
You're playing Call of Duty like every day. I mean,
yeah. I think
30 plus hours. You're a gamer.
I think it's consistency, and I also think it's like, I think there's like a perception. I feel like around it, if that makes sense. Like there has to be a perception.
I think this is just your perception.
Yeah,
I think it applies to almost any video game.
That's
console based.
Yeah, it's my perception. I think like to me like a gamer. Yeah, it definitely has. I think back. Here's how I'm trying to explain. It's like back in the day, to me, a gamer was someone who played someone who's like really into video games. They played RPGs and solo games.
Okay.
Like they only because like that's really like when I remember like when MW2 was at its like height. It was just like the boys were like the only people playing it. Like
make them gamers at the time if they're playing it that much.
I'm saying through my perception.
Yes.
But like, but when someone's like, "Well, you guys are gamers," I'd be like, "I don't really know if my buddies are gamers. Like, they don't like the only thing they play is like Warzone. I mean, the only thing they play is Call of Duty. Like, they don't really play anything else." And that was like how my perception was. Now my perception is like, if you just game a lot, you're a gamer. Mm-hmm. Because like. In that, I think was like a pretty common perception back in the day. It was like, oh, multiplayer first-person shooters, they don't count.
I would like to go ask other people about this, because I also grew up in the same time we play video games, and my definition of that is considerably different than yours. If you played consistently on any like game that was console-based, you're a gamer.
Yeah, I think if you asked, like...
I would like to do a poll. I would like to poll this one.
What I'm trying to explain is like gamer, the definition of gamer has changed. Like, if when I was in high school, if someone was like, I'm a gamer, I'd be like, all right, nerd, fucking loser. And now it's like, oh, I'm a gamer. It's like, oh, yeah, who doesn't play video games, dude? Like, like, video games have changed in perspective.
I don't know if I agree with this.
Yeah, because you were a dork gamer back then.
Yeah, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying not to act. You're trying to you're giving a negative connotation. And you're trying not to call yourself a dork. I know you're doing. Oh my god!
It has nothing to do with you specifically.
No, you're doing this thing. You're doing this thing. It's like you guys know, playing Call of Duty did not make you a dork, but you were a gamer. But did not. And you're escape. But you have that. I feel like you're just giving the connotation back then that you're just a dork if you were a gamer.
No. I'm saying I considered myself a gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I did because I played like Legend of Zelda and solo RPG games. I felt like that was like. And I feel like if you ask like everybody, like all my boys back then, other people like when you Call of Duty, like you a gamer? They'd be like, no. They're like, I played Call of Duty. Calm down.
Okay.
That's what's like. I felt like I was like I felt like because I loved God of War. Oh my god, I spent so many hours on God of War. Like I would take video games and play them by myself for a really long time. And to me, I thought that was like more of a gamer. I'm saying it from my own perception.
I would say that is more of a gamer, but I'd still say.
Okay, yeah, they were gamers, but I was just like,
yes.
Sure, they were gamers, but like I just like it wasn't like. No one called themselves a gamer that played Call of Duty. Like, they weren't like, I'm a gamer. Like,
okay.
They would like, or if like, you play video games, they'd be like, I mean, I play Call of Duty, but I don't really play video games.
Okay.
That's what they were
That
saying.
I will agree with.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a thing that happens.
But I feel like time has changed. Like, I feel like
Agreed.
now it's like, who doesn't play video games?
I know.
You're weird if you don't play
Kinda,
video games.
You need to do it. It's such a good time
No,
killer.
you're
Like,
so
it's
weird
so
if you don't
good.
play video games.
Yeah.
I mean that in like, the most strict judgmental way.
100%. Oh yeah.
There's
it's like,
games for everyone.
Literally everybody.
And one game that is for everyone is Palworld. It really is.
And we brought it back around.
Like playing this game is like I don't think I've ever actually played like a strict survival game. Like you played Valheim.
Yeah, I made about like 2 quarters in that game.
Yeah, I feel like looking at that game and looking at Ark, it seems like work.
Yes.
Sometimes this game is not work.
Okay.
Like you are doing things and tasks take time. If you want to move your base, that does work. If you're thinking about getting the game, you're gonna play it. Pick a good spot for your base. Sean even said in D&D last night it took him 3 hours.
I heard him. It was like, oh.
Yeah. But it's not work. It just doesn't feel like work. It just feels like I feel like because when in Valheim when you built things, you died.
I'm already warm. I shouldn't wear a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Keep going.
In Valheim when you build things, did it take time to build things?
Yeah. Like. What do you mean? What are you asking? Like, in terms of like how when you're playing Palworld, like when you're hammering, it takes X amount of time to finally create the structure.
Yeah.
No, because it was instant as long as you had the materials, I believe.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, no, it was fine. But like, yeah, I think like, no, yeah, it was fine. It was like I imagine it was the same level style of like when you were building your tower in the game.
Yeah. Oh, you're just clicking and it goes boom.
Clicking and boom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much how Valheim worked. As long as you had the materials.
And Palworld did the one thing. I don't know if you can do this in Valheim. Don't know if you can do it in Ark. So apologize if you can't. But I'm pretty positive you can't because slavery is really frowned upon. Palworld did the one thing that is great. They're like, oh, you have to get wood and stone in this game, and every survival game that's kind of annoying after a while. Yes. Even if you get a lot of it, it's still annoying.
It was so annoying. I loved in Valheim. We should not be comparing the games the entire time, but in Valheim, you pretty much need to like just be constantly chopping wood to do stuff. And I clear cut forests in that game, and it was like hours later. I literally log on for the night and be like, I'm gonna spend 4 hours cutting wood right now, and it's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But
I feel like that they prevented that in this game. The only thing is like ore. That is the only thing that I think is going to consistently be a thing you have to go kind of do yourself.
But don't they, along with the wood and with the ore, don't they give you? Do they not? So I know with the wood, they give you an option in your base to have like.
Or they don't.
I'm
hoping they do. Because this game's gonna be huge. This game, it's already huge.
Yes.
But it's like
it's blowing up.
I really really see this as being as like one of those like staple games that like pretty much like. Not everyone, like every person who plays video games consistently. Let's use consistently, like not like, my boys will never play this game.
No, that's nice, yeah.
Maybe Scott. Actually, I told him to get it.
Really? Yeah. I see him enjoying that.
But he would love it. I could see like that Minecraft era where it blew up and everybody was playing it, but this one could be even better because. They could add. I don't know the story. Doesn't really seem like there is one. I don't know if you're sure. I don't know. Some people say there is. I haven't done too much research.
You have not done the story though. You've just been like, you went, oh my goodness, I need to get my base all the way up to max level as fast as possible, and just keep building.
Yeah, I did my Zelda thing where I'm just like, I could go do the main story, but this shiny thing over
so
here.
So much more fun. Look at this.
It's like, remember?
I need a faster bird.
Who was your friend that like just beat Tears of the Kingdom?
Mike.
It's
like, you beat it like the weekend he got it. It's like, are you nuts?
How you know? And like the map is huge in this game. I have it on Xbox One, sadly. definitely struggles with the game.
Yeah.
And bugs. It is. I found out Xbox One is mainly the thing that crashes with the game. But it's
It's really
really
no way to fix it. They update it like on a regular day, don't they?
Steam. They update it quite often.
Okay. My bad.
Steam is definitely the way to get it. It's like $30, $35.
30, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. This game is only going to get bigger. It's only going to get more popular. I can't wait till we can start ranking the pals.
That'd be good.
When I first got the game, we were like talking about it, watching it. We kept calling them Pokemon, and this is how good the game is. We slowly started calling them pals.
That's
pals
a good point. Actually, I didn't even think about that.
We started moving away from the Pokemon thing, and like I don't know what it is, but like I just like I like some of them. Like maybe I think it's because you play the game and they work on your base. Like
they do, yeah, they do work for you.
But like even like ones I have, like I like develop like personalities with them where I'm like, if like freaking any of those pink cats, Kavitas, I think their name is Cativas or something. If any of those pink cats were like name like a Pokemon you'd rather have on your side, I'm like, this boy is the man. I was like,
all he does is work.
He puts in work. He never complains. I was like, these stupid rainbow tree deer things are always complaining.
The only things that chop wood.
Yeah, well, no, not the only things that chop wood.
Oh, yeah, you got new things that chop wood now?
I got plenty of things.
All right, nice. The deer went into permanent storage.
Deer, yeah. I'm pretty sure I sold them.
Nice. That's pretty good. I love the aspect of what they added into of how each pal you catch has like a personality trait essentially to it. Like this one's a workaholic, or this one's a piece of shit,
I know,
and doesn't do jack.
They really, and they have one that's a sadist, a masochist. They have like power of Gaia, Zen
cool.
mind, workaholic. I'm trying to think if there's someone. No, they have pyromaniac, which I never put any of those in my base because I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's maybe not a good idea to do that one.
I also love. Okay, so I'll admit, like I got out of Pokemon around Gold and Silver, so I've been out of Pokemon for a
long time,
but I don't know.
You were out of Pokemon before I got into it.
I bet. So in Pokemon, could you hold on to Pokemon and gain abilities just by having them in your party? Not like flight, not like that, but like how like you can take the cats and I can get like more carrying capacity. That's the worst thing about the game.
None of that came with that was unless you were activating one of their moves, you pretty much just had like 6 spheres that just traveled around with you. There was no
That's something
extra
I
ability.
love about this game. It's so cool that they add like if you just have a pal in your party, like it just adds a little special effect that you can do. Some of them are obviously dumber and ridiculous, but I don't know. There's just
the cats with the carrying capacity. That's really good. What's your favorite one so far? Mass carrying capacity because everyone loves that. But
secondary ability. Is that what you're asking? Or favorite?
Whatever. We can do both.
Okay. Secondary ability. I don't really know because I don't pay attention to it too much. I think I'm gonna like. It was like honestly when I discovered. I think it was the last time I played it.
Okay.
And you were watching when I discovered that like that was like a actual thing.
Because that's when you're going through the process of crushing them down into candy. One.
Yeah. And I need 32. And I just figured that out, so I have to look. I did Google some and. Some are pretty cool, but that one definitely seems like it's definitely the coolest.
Yeah. What I like about the game, too, on that level, is we were just talking about it, is that this is how it's very different from Pokemon, is that, none of it is violent other than the fights, but the things you do to the pals is worthy of war crimes. They give you a machine where you can go around, you go out into the world, you just, you beat these pals up, you capture them, and then you bring them back, and you smush them all down into one. Like, there's 16 pals that got turned into one cat. It was like, what the hell? Just for it to gain a couple levels. It was like, oh my god.
I don't know.
It's insane. Like, the concepts they have in this game are nuts.
Sean was saying it last night. Sean we played D&D with. He was saying it last night, and I totally agree with him. It's like, they just leaned into the meme. Like, they did into the meme. I think if I remember correctly, this could be incorrect information that I saw, or correct information, that, like, the group that made the game, something Patch. It's a company called something Patch, whatever. It's a very small company.
Look it up.
They said they wanted to make a game for Westerners. And I'm like, well, you nailed
it.
You
did it. You gave us guns, you gave us cute creatures, and you gave us the ability to kill them.
I'm excited to get the guns, but I'm not going to lie. Once again, I think it's market strategy. I care little about the guns.
Really?
There's so much cooler things. You could technically, a penguin rocket launcher is a gun,
I know,
but that's cool.
Yeah.
And like the fact that you can take these pals and like First of all, the fact that they can just fight on their own, amazing.
That's sweet.
Way better.
I remember I was watching the other night when whatever the not Team Rocket attacked your base, and I just like your Xbox. I thought your Xbox was going to melt just because all of your pals unleashed hellfire on them, and it was like, oh my god.
I do. I don't know. There's something so satisfying about it where like I'm like running like trying to capture stuff, and I'm like flying around on Nightwing, slow as hell, but he flies.
Yeah.
I do like his flight mechanic a lot. I like the Sanima base thing. It's really nice. And like then I'm like running around and I see like those syndicate people who are the most annoying people ever. And they just show up and they start shooting me. I'm like, you're all dead. And I just throw out like I got an Incinecat or Cineram, and I'm just like, and I don't do anything.
Yep. I've watched you do that.
I just stand there and I'm like, you idiots.
Yes.
How dare you touch me? I can't wait to get the late game ones. They look so cool.
They do. The game, that's another great part of the game is like the farther you progress into this, all the pals seem to, every time you go to a new location, they all seem to look cooler. Minus the chickens in the desert. But other than that.
The chickens in the desert.
The suicide chickens.
Oh, the parakeet birds?
Sure.
I mean, they're like toucans birds.
Sure.
I hate those things. But I didn't realize, if once you get it, you can get gloves from them, and they shoot out bomb eggs.
Well, no, okay, never mind. They're actually kind of cool now.
I know.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
I captured that little shock hedgehog thing. I think it's like I call it the shock hog.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, you can get gloves for it? I was like, for what? So you can throw a stun electric grenade with
That's
it.
awesome.
Just throwing it. I'm like, what is this?
No, that's crazy.
Yes.
Like just the sheer amount that you can do with the pals. You can pretty much almost do anything with almost every pal. There's a unique thing with each one of them.
Yeah.
More or less. And that is so much development and time that they put into this. I'm so impressed with this game. This game's in early access.
I know.
And it's like already like so good.
Even though like we both hate it, but they clearly did it for the meme. And like Lovelander, pal number 69, who's like the pink furry as well.
Oh.
We hate it, but it's memed. They did it.
Is.
They did it just to be like,
here you go. Look your sexy pal.
Dude, and like Anubis, that guy looks cool.
Anubis, I want you to capture him so bad.
I know, he looks so cool.
He looks awesome. I want to see you fight him so bad.
I'm going to be obliterated.
Oh, 100%. But apparently, I think he's a workhorse.
Yeah.
I keep seeing he keeps popping up. I don't know. Maybe it's modded because I think people already modded this game.
No, someone modded it like the first week it came out to make it all Pokemon, and you were Ash Ketchum.
That's nuts. People are so fast. Holy crap!
Well, I've never caught a syndicate person, but Sean was saying the text that pops up is something that's like they don't really do much. Blah 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 blah. Something. It's like, and at the end it's like, oh, and yeah, we don't condone slavery. Or something like that. And I was like, this game.
You can catch everything in this game.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm like, I don't know. I think it'd be a lot of fun if you had a squad playing it together, because I could just imagine just all of us riding in on Nightwings. Yeah. Hopefully the once I get the saddle for the electric bird,
make it faster.
Yeah, he looks so cool, and he's strong as hell.
Nice.
Once I get the south that, just like riding in like that stupid Gyarados looking one.
Oh,
that one shot at me.
Or something like that.
That one, oh, that
actually, it might be Jormungandr, the world snake.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
I had to look at that name again.
Freaking one shot at me.
I know.
And I like I like how they gave. I'm playing on normal settings, but there's so many different settings. You can make it harder.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And there's a lot of settings you can go and customize. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I turned off raids for a minute. They were just annoying me. Like, my game was just struggling with it. So until my game is like up to snuff, like,
your poor Xbox.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what are you doing to me, man?
I know. When you get it for Steam, you're gonna love it.
I know. I will get it eventually. Dude, when they unlock crossplay for your stuff, oh my god, we're gonna have such a good time.
Oh my god, we're gonna build the coolest stuff.
I know, and I know they're working on crossplay right now too. Like, they already have it for the newer versions of the Xbox, but X and S.
Yeah,
But I know they said they were still working on like older stuff for it too.
Oh, nice.
So, which is cool.
One thing I hope, if they, that Palworld people somehow hear this and it does really well, is one thing I would really like, and this sounds so awful, but I wish there was a way to like separate, like, like the good pals, like who are doing a little better, like maybe hook them up a little more, make sure they get the better spas. Because I like some of them. They deserve more. They're doing more work.
Yeah, you put personalities to all of them.
Yeah, they're doing work. The freaking lizard dudes, they work all day, all night. Never complain. Never complain once. I have 3 spas, 2 high-quality spas, a bunch of high-quality beds. You guys are living life.
They are. They do have it. I mean, they still have outside, but still.
No, I have a roof over their head.
Like a roof. Oh, I didn't give them like all these nice. Well, they can't have a door still. Okay, I guess you can't close them.
Yeah, I mean, you could, I guess, just leave one wall open.
There you go. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I would do a lot more things if the game wasn't in early access.
True.
Like,
true.
I've seen a lot of really cool bases. Like,
Yeah.
people are like, look at my base. I'm like, there's no way that base functions.
Yeah.
There's just no chance.
Well, you're telling me because you built that super large tower at one point to see
man.
what you do. Because there's no ceiling in the game. So, like, you're just like, which is nuts.
They didn't think about that one.
No, I did not think about that one. But I remember you telling me that it was just like every time you got near your base, everything just started to like the frame rate dropped miserably because the game was trying to like render in your base and your pales and everything. It just couldn't handle it. Maybe on the Xbox X and S they can do it, or PS5 or whatever,
or the PC.
Yeah. I hope so. We'll see.
Yes,
I've been noticing my PC is still relatively new. Like it's only like 2-3 years.
You can make.
Yeah, but like I'm already noticing that it's having trouble with some of the newer games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's wild how fast technology moves.
No, yeah, that's why I had to destroy that because that was causing so many problems. Yeah, but people make these really beautiful looking cool bases, and I'm like, if you want to do all the work yourself and not have the pals do anything for you, great. This base is awesome. Don't know why you'd want that because like the pals get stuck doing nothing. Like they'll just bump into like the wall and it'll like render into the wall. I don't know. I don't know if it's like I'm just so appreciative of video games nowadays that like I don't care about the bugs. Like I know it's early access too, which is kind of
mean you're expecting to get bugs.
And then it's actually
you're probably helping them every time you get a bug.
Apparently, like the other thing that's great about all these people downloading it, apparently the Palworld community, which already exists, Reddit's already whoever that Reddit page is awesome. They're all like just. Everyone sends in stuff all the time.
That's awesome.
The devs know,
that's awesome.
It's only gonna get better, and I can't wait till the point where this game's been out for a year, and then they release a bunch of new pals. It's like
DLC, baby.
Yeah, DLCs like new maps and all these kind of stuff. Maybe not new maps, expanded maps or whatever. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I can't wait. This game is so fun. If you haven't played it, go play it. It's going to be big forever.
Yeah, I think it will be too.
It could win Game of the Year.
I don't know about that just yet, but it might. We'll see.
It could if it's so early on that like if it came out like right now and it like was just what it was, no chance.
Yeah.
But if like they fix a lot of bugs and it ends up working perfect, I'll be like, I don't see a game being more popular than this one.
That's good. That's good. I mean, that's a good point. That's a really good point.
We weren't talking about it, so there could be a game we're not talking about. That's going to be humongous.
True. I don't know what's coming out this year. I think the Hades 2 might be coming out, but we'll see.
Yeah.
That could get best indie game of the year probably.
Yeah,
but this one, I'm very impressed how fast it's taking the world by storm. Like I think. Because I didn't know anything about this game. I think I saw like one trailer maybe. And then you were telling me how much it blew up, and I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe we'll check it out and all this stuff. And then now it is literally, I'm getting them. I don't even play Palworld, and I am getting Palworld content in my Instagram. It's like
so good.
What is this? It's great. It's awesome.
Great content.
That one you sent about like with the SpongeBob, the angry SpongeBob audio over it. It's like
Depresso.
this Depresso.
I love how he like, cause like most of the pals will pick up rocks and stuff. He just drags his.
I know.
Like that little detail. Like, come on.
Right, who's putting that in there? It's awesome.
Genius.
So overall the game looks amazing. The pals are all. IGN put up this thing recently where they're like comparing pales against Pokemon.
Who cares?
And it's like, you know what? They look similar, but honestly, they look different enough where it's like I'm not a lawyer, but to me, I'd be like, if you're suing over this is stupid. Yeah. So like, this is a new thing.
Who cares?
I mean, yeah, true. Who cares? Yeah,
I can understand if they look exactly the same, but like we said it on the trailer, and it's actually very true. Like every time I go to Warpoint and I click like the thing and it goes, and it's like blue, this light blue text. I'm like, that's Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Or Tears of the Kingdom. We said it on the trailer episode. They literally looked at a bunch of games and they were like, that's good in that game, that's good in that game, that's good in that game, that's good in that game. Why don't we take all the good aspects of these games and put them into one game so everyone can play it?
Yeah, facts.
And I hear like they want to make the map more beautiful, like closer to like Breath of the Wild style, which if they even succeed in the slightest of that, that's crazy.
Okay.
I don't fault them for that. They're geniuses.
I know, yeah.
They're like, and also like, let's be real. Like we talked about in the trailer, like Pokemon it's gone downhill for adults.
Yes.
Like they clearly didn't want to deal with adults anymore. They wanted to focus on kids. They got rid of Ash. That's them getting rid of Ash was like, listen guys, we're done with
your era's done. Like that's what it was. Like we grew up with Ash and Ash is retired now. He finally turned 11. Like it's time for him to like move on.
And I feel like these pals fit adults way more.
Oh, yeah.
They have more personalities. They have like, you just use them differently. And like, I don't know. It's like, you know, when you're a kid, you're just like, oh, cool. Like Pikachu can do Thunderbolt. I don't even care about your attack power. I mean, you're going to mess up everything. Like, I still want to make sure you do cool stuff. But like, that's why I wanted like, there'd be like a buddy system with the pals. Because there's certain ones I like more. So I'm going to be like, you're cool.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
Like there's a few I just like, as I'm running, I'm like, and I'm like, you're my way. And I'm like, I don't
my
like
favorite's
you.
when you like whip out the baseball bat against like a sheep, and you're just you hit it and it dies instantly and it rolls away.
Yeah.
No, my favorite actually.
I love land
my
balls.
favorite is when you are beating up a low level pal because you want it. And then you forgot to put your bird away or something.
Oh, I know.
Or one of your pals, and they just like, oh, you want to hurt this one? Don't worry, we got it. Fool your ball.
They obliterate
They
it.
utterly obliterate it.
I'm like, this is my fault. This is my fault.
Yep.
They're just doing their job.
I saw one time like you try. This might be technically a bug too. It's like you almost had it back in the pale sphere or whatever, but the tornado like from the attack still occurred, and you were like, no. Oh, that was hilarious.
Dude, I had the mammoth thing, not the level 38 one that I drive by. And first of all, I love that too, that they put a super high level boss that won't attack you randomly.
Yeah.
In the starting area, because it's like every time you go by, you're like,
I want
you
you
will be mine.
I will capture you.
And I like that they're just bigger versions of the pals.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I
Yeah,
like that. But I saw one randomly, and I was like, I feel like I can take it. I got 2 fire pals on me, and they were doing it. I'm like, yeah, we're doing it. And then I was kind of far away because he knocked him like a mile, and I was like, I see his health getting lower. I'm like, no, I'm not, because can't wait to get it. You can get a rocket launcher that shoots pal spheres.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And you can get one that becomes homing.
Really?
Yeah,
that would make
you
it
hit
so
them from
much
a
more fun in
distance.
the game. Yeah.
And you can just get a straight up rocket launcher, which I'm excited to get that. That's level 50, but still, that's cool.
That's the level cap right now, right? 50?
50, yeah.
Okay. DLCs.
I wonder what they will do for the DLC. That's the only thing is like the leveling. I can see a problem with the DLC.
Yeah.
Because it's the power leveling is great in this game.
Yes.
Like that's our thing.
But there will be a threshold at some point. You gotta like.
Another thing, props to this game is the power leveling. Is like when you meet pals that are like the same level as you, and then as your pals, because most of the pals pretty much end up being the same level as you. They're still really tough. Yeah. And if you meet ones that are like 5 levels above you, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
You're gonna
That's
get
crazy.
wrecked. Yeah. And I like that.
Yeah, I think it's a good system. It's like, stay in your lane until you're ready to get here, man.
Yeah. Or maybe also I suck at fighting, but that can't really be true because I just throw pals.
I know. Yeah.
And the pistol is kind of jank. So
maybe get a machine gun or something like that.
Yeah, that is my next level up goal is to get they have a single shot assault rifle.
Is the pistol worse or better than the crossbow? Because the crossbow looked painful to use.
The pistol is weaker than the crossbow slightly, but it is so much easier to use.
Okay, yeah, because
that
delay when you're reloading the crossbow, I was painful to watch you do that boss battle. I was like, oh my god, just let the pal kill it at this point.
Yeah. But even when you do have the crossbow, it's legit. You feel like you like using it.
Okay.
Yeah, but like once you get the pistol, and you're just gonna be like, and also you're running around with a pistol.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So that's a very good time. Yeah, that's a very good time.
Yeah. So maybe when you get the game, we go farther in the game. We'll talk about it again.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll show our bases off, something like that.
Sure, we can do that. Yeah.
Because I that's the only problem with this game is hopefully in the DLC they can add it so you can adjust the land a little bit. I understand not doing it super aggressive because that would be a lot of work.
Yeah, especially with the game especially with pals still glitching through the floor of the game. Could you imagine? Yeah, could you imagine they're already falling through the earth? Could you imagine if you start changing the way the earth is it renders in and is coded in? I think the game would fucking try and kill itself.
I hope that if they do add it, it's just you can only do it in your base.
I imagine that's where it'd be.
Yeah. Because I am such a prima donna about setting up my base. I've already changed it 4 times.
Oh my god, dude.
It's gotta look good for no one.
For the pales. Yeah. They judge me silently.
But there are times where I'm like, well, I don't want to put the food too far away. They're working so hard.
Oh my goodness.
But they are if you want them to be happier, you got to give them better food. And I'm like, go out and hunt and which is hunt other pals. Go out and hunt and stuff. And I'm like, they can just have berries.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Yeah. Also, ending this, one of the things is the PIDF, the PAL something Defense Force. Jeez! They made them hard as hell. I went to this island And if you know, it's like, I think it's like a PAL sanctuary. If you play the game, there's 4 of them, and they're really far on the other corner of the map. Cool.
Yeah.
And I got there, I got sweet PALs out of it. But the whole entire time, there's like a warning thing, and it was like unrestricted area or something. I was like, okay, whatever the hell this is. And then I'm like, walk in with my PAL. I'm like, nah, nah. And then also there's like a PDF soldier. It's like level 40. It's like, spotted. And I was like, and it says like 1 times trespassing. I was like, what? I was like, screw this guy. And it was just one guy. So I started shooting him, and it was like, 1 time assault. And I was like, what? And I shoot another guy, it's like 2 times assault. I was like, oh! And then there was like 10 of them, and they're like messing me up. I'm like, oh no, Nightwing! And
fly away!
Even though this makes no sense, it is really stupid and seems like a bug, I hope they keep it because it was hilarious. I'm like, once I get into the ocean, they'll never get me. They just appear where you are and fall, and as they fall, they shoot.
Oh my god.
Once they go into the water a little bit, they can't shoot you anymore, but I got obliterated.
That's hilarious.
The one plus is like they let me keep all my stuff.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
There's also PETA in the game, right?
Oh yeah, they're the worst. They make no sense. It's like PAL protection or they fight PALs.
Yeah, I watched them go and abuse PALs with other PALs or something.
So they're like PETA. They think they're better than everyone, but they're not better than everyone. Like, that's what they are.
Great. This game's nailing it.
Hey, this all sounds awful, especially coming from 2 white dudes on a podcast. But like, I keep my pals fed and happy.
I'm very humane.
I'm super humane with them.
I feed them other pals.
Listen, man, we don't blame farmers when they got mules and stuff.
No, we do not.
Yes, they don't have personalities and these cute little quirks about them, but like, hey, you know, first of all, I've never butchered a pal in the game, and I probably never will. That is weird. I don't know what. If there was a reason I had to, yes, I have the butcher knife. When Sean said it, he's like, wait until one of them's not working well for you. I'm like, I don't need food.
Yeah,
I don't care that my character just eats berries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not eating them.
But what if you just give a cat one time? Maybe it works harder.
I don't need to. I don't want to even know what happens. I did kill like a pal in the field and like try to butcher it, but it didn't work. So I don't know how you have to do it or how it works. To me it's once again, they did it for the meme, but I can see it completely unnecessary. There's just no reason to do it. If anything, you're just like, it's like you just lost money.
Yeah. But the option's there.
The option is there if you want to do it, but I'd rather just sell them.
I like that from Sean. It's like, if one's not working hard, make an example.
If that actually is an aspect of the game.
Say if the personality just change is like, terrified but hard worker.
Yeah. We're good Christian boys. Let's just say that's a video game.
Yeah, it's a video game.
Yeah. I don't run around and try to shoot people in the head like in Warzone.
No, I don't beat up police like in Call of Duty. Not Call of Duty. GTA.
Or sleep with hookers. I did when I was younger, like when you're like,
oh yeah.
You know, the car just shakes.
It
was in Vice City. It was in Vice City.
Yeah.
Of course.
I just hit them with baseball bats.
Me and my boys like,
they're having sex. Yeah, it was really messed up because then you could stomp on their head until they were all out of money.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Why did our parents let us play that game?
I don't know.
I would never let my young children play that game. I'm a firm stand believer. I would never.
Yeah, that's
young children, teenager, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
do it up like like late middle school, early high school. Yeah, that's fine.
I think school.
I think by that point, I hope that my lessons to my children have.
By that point, yeah.
But like
don't stomp on hookers' heads.
I've seen like people are like, oh yeah, my kid plays GTA. I'm like, oh, how old's your kid? And they're like 8. And I'm like,
nope,
what?
No, none of that. That's what? They swear a lot in those games.
Yeah, a Palworld you could probably get away with.
I think you get away with it.
Yeah, because it's not really violent.
No, the pals just getting knocked out.
Yeah, they really do. It's just called incapacitated.
Yeah,
and you can bring them back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they just gotta wait in your thing for 10 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I was real worried because I didn't know about this game. One of them got incapacitated. I was like, no!
I like you so much!
Because I assumed death was in the game.
Yeah.
I was like, no! And then it was like 10 minutes. I was like, whew. Also, it was like, you keep the special cool ones for your battling.
Oh, yeah.
And, only get, like, limited amount of those ones.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I got 50 cats, but, like...
A cat army.
I love the Palsphere animation, too.
Oh, that's really good. And the percentile, the percentage, too. Yeah. That's really good. Like, when you're capturing them, like, tells you how much, like, until you actually capture them. Mm-hmm. That's really good.
I saw this video of this girl call it one of those, like, ice jet birds. It was like a boss or something like that. It was like level like 45, and they just kept throwing them at him because it's always a percentage.
Yeah.
And they caught one, and it was like 2.5%, but then it was like doo doo. I was like, I'd be like, yes.
I'm amazing.
Yeah, but to keep the power leveling, it does go down to your level. But
still,
yeah,
then you have one.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if I'd bring it into battle. No, I'm just kidding. If they died, I wouldn't. But
Yeah.
But Palworld's great. Get it right now. If I could give it a rating out of 10, it's early access. Give it like a 7.2.
Nice. I like that. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I'm not playing it, so I'm gonna go with yours.
Yeah, 7.2. Like it's so fun, super great. I do have like a little bit of itching to play it, but there's a limitation how great it can be.
True. Yeah. True.
It's no Tears of the Kingdom.
Fair.
Well, it's like right now, I think if you played, you have a lot of fun with it, but you would you'd still rate Hunt higher.
I agree with that.
Hunt has you keep coming back, so you can keep getting mad. What would you give Hunt out of 10? Hunt Showdown.
Hunt?
Oh, we'd never even thought about this, huh?
Oh God, I don't even know what I'd give that game.
You have to give it a decent rating because you play it so much.
The sheer amount I hate and the sheer amount I want to punch Crytek developers in the nuts. The game, I don't know. I make a lot of jokes. The game is janky. It's not that janky, but there are times where it's super janky.
What's the company that runs it? Crytek?
Crytek.
Yeah, you're like, oh, shotgun to the face didn't work? Okay, Crytek.
Yeah, that drives me nuts. Ugh. I don't know. I want to give Hunt at least an 8.
It's got to be
maybe higher.
Maybe
higher. It's probably the only game in my life, and hopefully the only game in my lifetime I'll ever have over 800, maybe actually over 1,000 hours.
You have to be at 1,000.
I'm probably really close.
You should check.
I'll check later. I'm hopping on tonight. I'll check later tonight. Yeah. I'm Hunt Showdown. It's an amazing game that there are times where I wish I didn't pick it up, but yeah, it's really good. It's an 8.5.
What is it? 8 or 8.5?
8.5. 8.5 at least.
If I
was good at the game, it'd probably be a 9. But I fucking suck at it, so I can't give it any higher. I cannot on that moral give it because I just there's so many times, been so many days where I'm just like, I need to stop playing this game. Ready up. I was like, oh no.
Real quick, this is the last thing we're going to do on this podcast because we're not ever going to make a whole episode about this because it'd be stupid.
Yeah.
And it just popped in my head, so we're just going to do it real quick. We're going to call I'm going to add this segment in when we do video games every time from here on out. This is called Davis Lightning Ratings.
Oh, shit.
You have to rate
I was afraid
these video games. I'm going to give you 3. You got to rate them.
Okay,
fast,
fine.
Ready?
All right.
First one. Oh my God. First one, GTA 5.
Oh, 9.9.
9.9. Nice.
Yeah, that game's amazing.
Nice. Okay, GTA 5, 9.9. What is that game that you fucking play? Oh my God. Screw it. League of Legends.
0 out of 0.
0. A 0.
That game sucks.
A 0.
The game's slow. It's boring. All right, it's pretty. 1. It's a pretty good looking game that inspired Arcane. 1. Sweaty nerds play that, and I'm a nerd. I get sweaty playing Hunt. I get sweaty playing a lot of games. That one game, I have never had fun playing that game. I have tried so many times because I have dork friends, and I hate that game.
All right.
1.
Who's giving it 1? Last game, the first Lego Star Wars.
9. It inspired a franchise, man. It inspired a franchise. It was amazing. You could beat the shit out of Jar Jar Binks and have fun. You could fight literally both characters. You could fight each other because there was friendly fire on. It was awesome. Yeah, definitely. That's a solid 9 game. When they came out with the second one, ooh, it was so good. The kids these days, they'll never know how the games were, each game was broken into one episode. So each game was broken into one of the trilogies. So you played the first one was the prequels, and then you were waiting forever and ever and ever and ever. And then the day the original trilogy came out, oh my God. I got home from school thinking about it all day, and my little brother, who wasn't even in school yet, was playing it, and I'm like, and my dad was right next to him, so I couldn't throw him across the room and take the controller from him. I was so mad.
Oh, no.
I was so mad.
That's hilarious. Well, that was
amazing.
That was our first of many of the segments of the DLRs.
Sounds good. DLRs. All right, I like it. I like it. I like this segment.
You put it on Instagram,
I'll do it. I'll do it.
A little blurb.
Yeah. DLRs. All right, we'll do that.
1 for League of Legends. That's gonna go over well for everybody.
Fuck that game. Fuck you if you like it.
Thank you, Normal Nerd Nation, for listening and maybe even watching another podcast episode. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, and Instagram. Davis is always posting hilarious memes on there.
Also, like and subscribe while you're at it, and leave a rating if you have some time. It helps people find the show.